So I just had a quick thought in my mind at this time. So I usually record down my thoughts and notes. So this is about marriage and the management program. So earlier, a few minutes ago, I was thinking that that the management program, right? Church on Sunday. Well, let's start off the way I was first thinking. I was saying to myself that there's gonna always be someone married, getting married, and there's gonna be someone being a widow, and there's gonna be someone getting divorced because the management program always look forward to someone being, getting married, being divorced, and also being a widow because that's within the management program, and the citizens are not self-aware of these behaviors. And I had talked about the managers of the management program. Uh, they don't use those concepts. Those concepts don't apply to them because they're the one who created the concepts. So, for example, when the citizens, right, they get to die. Celebrities, low authorities, CIA, FBI, NSA, NASA, they get to die. But the ones who are, I call them primitive creatures. The high authority software engineers, the NSA software engineers, FBI, they're primitive creatures because they can use more percentage of their minds than the citizens. Doesn't matter how good they are with school, or if they went to college, got a PhD. I'm talking about the citizens. The high authority, NSA, FBI, CIA, they can always use a percentage of their mind. And if they're in a poor state of health, they can always use the computational intelligence system, the bio software machine. Compared to a citizen, the citizen have to go to the hospital. While those high authority NSA software engineers and FBI, they don't go to hospitals because they're like a guardian to this place. They keep track of, they observe the citizens, what they do, right? Because, for example, I had talked about independent. I had mentioned that there's people, in this world currently at this time, who believe that they're independent. They're capable of doing anything for themselves. They have that artificial mind of theirs, believing that because the artificial mind is designed by the AI and also the CI, the computational intelligence system, is produced when they're asleep because 8 hours of sleep gives the AI and the CI enough time to produce the mind. And the mind, the actual mind also, there's some percentage of their mind that believe that they're capable of doing everything on their own, when that is not true. So if you actually go use an AI, you call it like a Chat GPT or Google Artificial Intelligence, you type that in, it will just say interdependence, which is incorrect. And I had tested out my ideas with one of the artificial intelligence for Google, and it had said that my argument is valid. It had said that that I'm correct, and it took me a long time to actually get it to convince it that the information that I possess, is more knowledgeable than what I've learned in college. Because what I've learned in college definitely doesn't exist compared to the information that I created on my own. It's once I created the information, I always can, I always know it, and I can always see it. I can always see when someone is actually not thinking, using their own mind. The way they behave, as I observe. there's actually a way to detect their personality, and they're alike. It's as if someone wants them to have the same personality and the same, it's just the same behavior. They act the same way. That's something I don't hear anyone talking about on the internet. So someone would tell me online that I frame everything as AI, but I have knowledge to prove that the citizens are not self-aware of their own intention. They're not aware of their intentions, you know. And I would question myself, since they're not aware of their intentions besides an AI, who's observing them at that time? Like, they're not aware of what they do. And the people who are observing them are the high authority NSA software and the managers of the management program. They observed it. And when I talk about, when I give people context about what's happening here, and well, I call it existence. In this existence, the program would lecture me about what I said on the internet. There is something going on. It lectures me. It speaks using words. Or if I talk about my experiences clearly, like really clearly, 100% clear, it lectures me. Like, it talks about my cousin Nadine, lectures me about it. Because I know that she was, my cousin Nadine was not in her right mind. She's not in her right state of mind. Oh man, I'm missing another bus. And she's like, someone, people on YouTube, the target individuals, they would refer to her as a stalker, but that would be incorrect. That's a mismatch. There is no correlation with them thinking of her, or, as being a stalker at that time. If I could give them context, say, hey, you said, oh, she's a stalker, because she's there to actually, assist with putting me in a situation that I'm not supposed to be put in. To actually keep me in the same category, because later on in the future, my mom's father's side of the family brought up the Pa Motel against me, and this means that the managers, I got their attention. They acknowledged me. They really acknowledged me to the point that they isolate me. They completely isolate me here. Can't get no job or income. It's ridiculous. That is. So I want to give more context about funeral. So I know there's people online and in reality who mentioned that we're all brothers and sisters, right? Because that's what the Bible had talked about. But then again, the managers of the management program, they know everything. They know the concept of mother, brother, sister. They know the whole entire concepts about it. They know. I know I took an anthropology class on it. Those concepts don't apply to them. They don't have such thing called brother or mother or anything on any of that. Only us. So there is something going on, and I got to that point since I studied quantum mechanics. I started understanding what death means, right? And you think about robots. Robots always have bodies. It's always a copy, and the managers of the management program thinks the citizens wouldn't be able to handle that information. Their actual mind wouldn't be able to tolerate it. Now, I'm a human being, and I also have difficulties trying to tolerate it myself. The concept of death, the actual concept of it. So There's more about marriage. Like there would be websites talking about how a husband or a wife would cheat, or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and they would have dreams about it. And the dreams itself would give me context on how the AI governs the person itself. Gives me an understanding. But anyway, this is just a small talk. I'll get back to it maybe later on because I have to study for my exams for college. I have several exams to take, and I have a short response paper to do. So thank you for watching. If you want to say anything, just leave a comment. Ask me questions, leave a comment on the video. I know that people just don't leave no comments at all. But anyway, thank you.